Good evening, Patrick.
Hey, Roger, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. Full, fat, and sassy, as my dad likes to say.
Oh, yeah. I only gained 2 pounds. That's not too bad in one day.
That's called moderation where I come from. Well, I hope you had a wonderful day.
Good.
We are back for round number 2. Ding, ding goes the bell. And for those of you just joining us, welcome. If this is we give the disclaimer on every second game for each of these scenarios. If you've not watched the first one, it will make more sense to you if you actually go back and watch that one first, because I will spend significantly more time going over the scenario rules and all the minutia in that one. So if you've not yet seen the first playthrough of Johnston's Retreat, we understand your excitement about seeing this tonight, but go ahead, pause this one, go back and watch that one. Trust me, it's worth it.
It is, because I have a tendency to spoil the first one, so watch that one and then watch this.
That's right. So I think if we're discussing last week first, since we've got a little extra time, the only 2 things that have been brought to my attention from a couple of different people that we goofed on last week, I don't know that they significantly impacted the game. One of them was the fact that even though I rolled a 1 on the amphibious attempt, it was pointed out to me that there is still, I read it wrong in the updates that Joe gave me, that both turns 1 and turns 2 have a +1 union modifier for the amphibious attempts. So keep that in mind. In that situation, I think the +1 and the -1 would have canceled out, so I could still roll a 3 and be successful. But
Yes.
but it is to make sure that during turn 2, if you make an attempt, there is still a +1 on that attempt. The other one, a couple people pointed out to us, and I appreciate for anyone who puts the feedback where you're indicating that we goofed on something. We absolutely welcome that, and it is a pleasure to hear your feedback on that. And some of you are familiar with in YouTube, if you put in the time marker, if you put a little time indicator in parentheses there, that will actually link to the recording, so somebody can see that hyperlink, click on it, and that will take us right to the source of the error. So we really appreciate that. Yes, the other one was, I think at one point, Roger, you made an extended march roll for one of the wagons. I don't recall when it was. Obviously, the timestamp is there. I will go back and see it. But I must have been off dreaming about what I was going to do next on my initiative, and I overlooked that you rolled a 5, and that would have caused a disorganize on that wagon, or if he was already just yeah. So I think you only did it once, and it was somewhere I think turn 2 or 3. And again, I don't know if it was on wagon A or B. If it was on the wagon that eventually evaporated, then it wouldn't matter, because it would still be the 10 points flat.
Yeah.
If it was on the other one that did survive, then potentially that was an extra 3 points. But again, that's all in hindsight now, so we will just be more cognizant about it. But we've gotten incredible feedback on the first playthrough of Johnston's Retreat. Thank you very much for viewing and clicking and subscribing and giving us your comments. And of course the best one of all, Joe, Mr. Balakowski himself, watched it and gave us high praise on that. He sent me an email about halfway through, and he says, "I'm halfway through. Don't tell me how it ends." And then he wrote me a little bit later, and he was just overjoyed at how well the changes seem to play. So I'm looking forward to what we may discover this evening with swap sides.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it last week, because I thought it was going to be very fun, and it was very fun. And I've been looking forward to it this week, studying my map, trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to do this?
I know you are. I had no doubt about that.
So it's going to be, I think it'll be fun.
I can only hope that I get slightly better movement rolls that had cursed. Now, when I look back on it, it was very close. You had 12 ones on your movement rolls, and I had 9 on mine. So
Yeah,
really,
I was going to say
it seemed
it was even.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't feeling like I was being abused at all.
Right.
But
the onus for you to get better rolls was certainly considerable. I mean, I get ones on movement all the time as the Union, so it was no trouble for me. I did not lay awake at nights worrying about it. But you had places to go and people to see and supplies to deliver, and that was killing you.
Well, there's no question all your points are at the move.
Right.
If you don't get moved, then I can win just by sitting still.
Right.
Which is not, as you know, I like to play. So.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. So yes, just as we get underway tonight, I have the notes here, and again, I will give. I think I did maybe 5 or 10 minutes on the rules last time. We're going to do even shorter, so again, go back and watch the first one. Random events will only be rain. Rain is pre-programmed to happen only one time, and we have a series of die roll modifiers, so it just depends on when it's going to come up. It will get steadily more likely that rain will occur at some point towards turn 5. I, as the Confederates tonight, will get the first free initiative for turn 1. My wagon trains, of course, have to get all the way up here to either within 1 hex of New Kent Courthouse or Baltimore Store. Each one of those wagons will be +5 victory points for me if I can achieve that. Obviously, as we saw last week, with Roger being the guinea pig on that, hard driving those wagons is not always the best thing to do, because it's going to end up in tears, and that's what keeps me awake at night. I really don't know how to accomplish that. All of the Confederate units, my Confederate units, with the exception of Stuart and the cavalry, will have a turn 1 fatigue 1, so that's putting them at a little bit of a slowdown. Franklin's division is off map. You can see that here. And when Roger attempts with any of his amphibious boarding, he can put Franklin right on the boats, and then they will appear at Yorktown before they move up the York River. We went through all the amphibious movement. We talked about there's a modifier for the first 2 turns of +1 for the Union, and he needs to get 1, 2, or 3, and that is a successful launch. You can only do up to 22 manpower per turn, and only 2 attempts can be made per turn. So that is completely left to the fortunes of war. If that doesn't happen, then the Union is in a tough spot to march. The amphibious movement can only be on the York, Pamunkey, and Mattapony rivers. And as we saw last week, a gunboat is sitting out there in the river somewhere. What it's doing, we have no ideas. Although it was funny, I went back and I read about the Battle of the Eltham. What was it? The Battle of Eltham, where historically Smith took Hood up there to kind of prevent the Union from coming down on that flank. And the quote, this is so John Bell Hood, they asked him, he said, "What was your plan?" And he says, "Well, we were going to chase him into the river." And he said, "Well, what would you do if you got him in the river?" He says, "Well, I expect we'd chase him into the river, we'd swim out, and we'd try to take the gunboat." So I thought that was just a perfect John Bell Hood quote. So I don't know if that is something. We did not have historically a scenario where a part of the Confederate force branches off to try to prevent or block that northern flank. I will be interested to see if that is a factor, maybe tonight. I don't know. And the Confederate points tonight that I'm trying to get, marginal for me is 46 points, and I have to do that by getting the wagons near the courthouse, and then each one of the 9 total infantry and artillery units have to get into New Kent County, which is this line that runs between the York and the Chickahominy River along the Warren Swamp. And Roger, if he fails to get 4 undemoralized infantry units into or beyond this line here that I'm showing, this blue line, then that is worth an extra 6 points. So that's another possibility of the Confederates making a stand to prevent them from getting into New Kent County. We saw that was actually very difficult, because if the Union player is setting up 3 or 4 pieces and flanking around on the river, that it is actually tricky to drive people back out of the county or beyond that line. So you either have to make a stand or get some potent knockout punches over the line. I don't know. We'll see. What are your thoughts since you've been planning all this week?
Well, I felt going in last week that the wagons were the Confederate were crucial, and after last week's game, I still say that. And the Union has options provided, as you mentioned, the die roll to some extent has to go their way. The good news for me is that in this case, ones are good.
Right. Yeah, you're all like, oh, let me get a 1 here.
I can roll a 1
sure.
without any trouble at all in most cases. So yeah, I think it's the gunboats. I kind of deliberately stayed away from those hexes last week.
Sure.
And played to try to get my wagons up to New Kent Courthouse, and I actually came close to winning. I was surprised when I watched the video and realized
you did. You were, and I sat there and I ran the numbers multiple times just to make sure that we had not erred in the addition and in the arithmetic or the ciphering, as they would say in 1862.
Yeah, this is very historical for that. I mean, this is the rain occurred on what would be our first day, which I think is a good chance we'll have that same rain event, and it caused the Battle of Williamsburg there where the readouts are. So I kind of happen to think we might see that tonight. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive you are. I was somewhat passive the attacks. I think we only had 4 attacks last week.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
we might have more tonight.
We might. Somebody asked me on the feedback why I think it was Holger. He was asking me why I did not move the artillery and the cavalry up with any kind of emphasis, and I pointed out that for the first 2 or 3 turns, that the Union has to, any ones that are going up the peninsula, they have to move across the all that wilderness space there between like 5111, 5210, all the way up to Williamsburg, and then beyond that. So there's only a couple of places in between where, if battle's going to happen, that artillery, that stacked artillery, the reserves are really going to make a difference, I think. But there's just so much wilderness that I just didn't want to be encumbered by all of that heavy artillery. I wanted to do what McClellan did not do. I wanted to actually move. So
it's always, to me, with the cav units, these Union units are 100s.
Right. Those are that's spelled Target, where I come from.
Stewart there has that 2, so that's going to, he's going to come in. It's going to be a +2
and
modifier
it's
right off the bat, and
it's just a logistical nightmare. I mean, you saw there was a couple turns there. I spent 6 or 7 initiatives in a row just moving cavalry, and that's not fun. I need leadership. Stoneman, who was in charge, quote unquote, is not in this game, so there is no. You got to do them one at a time. And that's dangerous. And now, of course, in my case last week, spoiler, I lost 2 of my 3 cav units in cav retreats. I think in day 1, or maybe by day 2. I was waiting for it to happen in the editing, but it was actually farther in. I think it was their second or
third. Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
it might have been.
Felt like it happened right away.
I know.
Because wherever Stewart was too, because you don't get his tactical rating on those cav retreat rolls. So
I guess then, without any further ado, let's not belabor the random event. Let's find out if it's raining today. I think you rolled it last week, so I will roll it this week and see. Do we have rain on turn number 1? There's a 1 through 3 will give us rain.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck to you. And it is a clear and sunny day here on turn number 1.
Oh, okay.
So why don't you go ahead and do any transfers that you want to do?
Okay. I'm going to move McClellan over to Sumner. Heinzelman is going to go to Kearney. I'm actually going to leave Keyes where he is and Sumner where he is. So that's it for me.
All right. I think. Let's see. I'll move Dr. Jones to Dr. Jones just because of that whole 3 hex command radius thing. And we'll leave Johnston and Smith where they are. Longstreet and D.H. Hill minding the rear guard. So that is it for me.
Well, I'll just throw in a quick, because I think you may have skipped it. We are playing a revised BP scenario tonight. This is not what you're going to see in your books, those of you who know on Richmond.
Essentially, all the victory points have been cut in half for conditions and for what you see on the victory point schedule there for the winner and loser. 46 is the cutoff point now for Confederate marginals. I think it's 46, 47 is marginal, 48, 49 is substantive, and 50 higher decisive.
And what made me think of that was in the original, the wagons did not get the leader bonus.
That's right, and that was a question that had come up. Yeah.
So your movement there was very strategic and tactical to do.
Yes. So now we have the capability with the Confederate infantry leaders to add their +1 bonus to the wagon movement.
Which I was counting on.
Exactly.
And it didn't matter.
I know. It's muddy, rutted roads. What are you going to do?
That's right.
So I get my first initiative for free, and we will. So one of the thoughts I had about running the wagons too far forward is that does put them into a precarious position, but it's also tempting for the amphibious. So I think I will, just in this case, I will activate the artillery, the wagons with Dr. Jones. So he will do all 3 of those. They're all going to go to fatigue level 2. And here is the movement +1. It's a 5. So that's something. So we'll
nice.
We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the artillery will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Here's our first real initiative. It's mine again. So Dr. Jones will activate Claus and his subordinates to fatigue level 2. Here's their march. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we get 1, 2 for them, and McClaws follows behind. Initiative. It's yours, and you can activate 1 unit.
Well, let's give Franklin a fatigue. Here's his attempt at embarkation, and this is a +1. So he needs a 1 or 2 to embark. And like I said, I can roll a 1.
Yes, you can.
So he's going to go to Yorktown, and he gets an amphibious movement.
Good. I'm starting to feel good about that wagon move thus far.
So initiative. It's mine with a 6, which means I can as many as I want. Okay, this is an interesting thing. We talked about options within options. And I had kind of, because of the change in the victory point conditions, I decided that doing a 10 move on the water, so I'm only going to go 10. I'm going to do a narrow, I would love to hear people tell me I'm stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Disembark at Builder's Wharf. So he's only going to pick up 1 fatigue. It's going to go back down there somewhere.
Okay, well.
And that was, I had talked myself out of doing that every day this week. That was a stupid move.
Not at all. That's adding some immediate pressure. That's great.
So initiative, it's yours.
And now I have to completely react to that. So, Smith will activate Whiting and Hood. And they will go to fatigue level 2. And here is their movement +1. It's 3. So they go 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, initiative. It's mine again. Smith will activate Hood. Here's his movement. It's 4. Here's his extended march. He's okay. So he'll go right to there. We'll just put Hood there to keep you in check. Initiative. It's mine again. Stuart will activate.
This is why I thought that was a bad idea. I knew I wasn't going to get the initiative. Man, I could potentially get the initiative. If I can get over there, then you're going to be really fighting. Okay.
All right. Stuart will activate the 1st and 4th Cavalry. And here's their movement. +2. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Initiative. It's yours.
I can activate 1 unit. I'll activate Porter. Here's his movement with Heinzelman. So it's a min of 2. He gets a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. It's mine. I can activate 1 unit again. And I'll activate Casey with keys. So here's his movement. He's a 6. What would the 3rd Virginia like to do?
They would like to retreat.
Okay.
So they will have just a +2 to this roll. And here they go. Ooh, an 8.
Ooh.
So lose 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Casey can move 2 after subtracting 4. 1, 2. Okay, initiative. It's yours with the 1, 6.
Okay. Smith will activate Whiting. Go to fatigue level 3. Here's his movement. 6 total. And here's his extended march. He's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll keep him there. Initiative. It's yours again.
Okay. We'll activate Smith with keys. Here's his movement. It's a 6. So Smith's going to go 1. Okay, 18 manpower is going to cost him 2. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6. Initiative. It's yours again.
Stuart, activate cavalry. Fatigue level 2. Here's their movement. It's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, initiative. It is mine again. I'm going to pass for the moment.
I can activate as many as I want in this case. So Heinzelman is going to activate, is it Carney or Kearney? How do you pronounce his last name?
I will get into my time machine and get back with you.
Again, something I've read a lot, but I've never pronounced out loud. The Artillery Reserve 1, Artillery Reserve 2, and Hooker. Movement is a 3. So artillery is going to lead the way. 1, 2, 3. I should have activated everybody. That was not smart. Kearney's going to go 1, 2, 3. Next one's going to go with Kearney. Hooker's going to go 1, 2, 3. Artillery's just going to go 1 and 2. Okay, initiative. It's mine again with a 1 unit. Keys is going to activate Couch. Here's his movement. 2. 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again, 1 unit. And someone's going to activate Hooker. He's going to transfer to Hooker. Here's their movement. 3. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's yours.
DH Hill will activate early in Reigns. And here's their movement. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. Yours.
Unit. Can activate Porter with Heinzelman. Here's his movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. It's yours.
Well, Longstreet will activate Wilcox and Pickett. Their movement. This is 3. I think they'll each just do a minimum move to there. Initiative. It's mine again. I will pass.
Okay. Activate Smith. Just his die roll. 6.
Movement rolls are on fire tonight.
So he's going to go 1, 2. There's 4 left. You know what? I think I am going to attack. I think at this point, if I get you disorganized.
I just want, for your benefit, sir, to pull up the attacker's combat value and look at that 19 to 26 row.
Oh, I'm in that +1 category if I get negative. You're at how many?
I'm at 15 and a half, so
15 and a half puts you there. That's something I don't do often enough. You have the chart up for the people
I do. So we're talking about the best and worst scenario, worst case scenario.
Yeah, so the best case scenario is I could get a 6-1 split and get a 3 DR on you, and I'm still going to lose 1. But given my combat rolls, it's going to go the other way. And -7 is killer 5D. Yeah, I'm not going to attack. It's too soon. Way too soon. That was it. So we're just going to stop there. Well, I wasn't going to do it initially, and then you said cavalry.
Yeah. Well, my fear is I'd roll a 1, and I don't like giving up a point when it's that that critical for me, right?
And it's too soon at this stage of the game. Way too soon. My initiative to roll. My roll initiative. And it's yours again.
Okay. Longstreet's a good rear guard, so I'm going to pass.
Okay. Keys is going to activate Couch and Casey's. They're both going to go to fatigue yellow or 2. Here's their movement. It's a 4. So Casey's going to go 1, 2, 3. Keys is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Initiative. It's yours again.
I activated Jones and McClaws. They got a 3 there. Let me back it up and actually do this right. Here's his extended march for Jones first. Okay, he's okay. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4. And McClaws, his extended march is a 1. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We've got a protective ring around the wagons, so initiative. It's mine. I'll pass.
Keys is going to activate Casey and Couch. Here's their movement roll. It's 5. Here's Casey's extended march. He's going to flip. He's just going to make a mid-move to the woods there. Here is Couch's extended march. He's a 4 plus 1. And the movement roll is a 5. So he's going to go 1. So yeah, he can't because 1 plus 4 would be 5, but 6 because it's plus the 1. Right. So yeah, he cannot get in there. Thank you. I was reading the +3. Initiative. Yours again.
All right. We will move that cavalry. Here's their movement. +1. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay, I can activate 1 unit. So activate Sykes. This is movement. It's 2. She's just going to go 1, 2 to Yorktown. Initiative. It's mine with a 6. So I can activate as many as I want. So Sumner is going to activate Richardson and Sedgwick. Here's their movement. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, these roads are horrible.
Yes, they are.
It's just a traffic jam. Mine was a 3, so I can only activate 1 unit. So I'm going to activate. Let me activate the horse artillery. Here's their movement. It's a 1. 1. Initiative. Mine. 1 again. So let's do the horse artillery again. It's 4. 1, 2, 4. Initiative. Yours.
I just don't want to exhaust anybody anymore. So I will pass.
Okay. G pass. That means I can activate as many as I want.
Right.
Wait, I'm only up to T1, so I'll go ahead and activate Richardson and Sedgwick again. I'll push them up the road as far as I can take them, which probably is not going to be very far. Not very far.
That's the confidence I've come to know.
So they're going to get it's a min of 2, but the roads are such that they're only going to be able to go 1. I'll move Sedgwick and do a min move of 1 to the same spot, and they're all going to pile up behind them. Okay, initiative. Yours.
I will pass again.
Okay. Bring up the 8th Illinois. 6 for them. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Initiative. Yours again.
Pass again.
5, 6 US. 12. Now we're talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Initiative. Yours again.
I will pass again.
Okay. Let's activate the 5, 6 US again. Is their movement? It's a 4. So they're just going to do a min move into the woods there. Initiative. Yours again. 2 1 3s in a row.
Pass.
I'll do 6 Pennsylvania. Cav. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Initiative. Mine. Try them again. 8. To get into the woods is a 6. So it's going to go 6. So initiative. Mine was a 6. There we go. And now we'll do the 3/8 Pennsylvania. Movement. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. Mine again. We'll try the 8th Illinois this time. 4. 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. 3/8 Pennsylvania again. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. And to get in the woods is a 6, which they can actually do. Initiative. Mine again. Oh, the artillery reserve is at a. Let me see if I can push art reserve 2 up a little bit more. It's 3. He's just going to go 1 to there. Initiative. Yours.
Pass.
Art Reserve. 1. Lose 1. Initiative. Yours.
Continue to pass.
Okay. I believe I will pass also.
Okay. So ends turn number 1. Scenario 2. Replay 2. I will press the recover button. We have recovered and become exhausted. We'll advance the turn marker to turn 2. And so why don't you give us the random event roll now for turn number 2? And
turn 2 is a 1 through 4 for rain, looks
1
like.
through 4 for rain. And it is
6. No rain on turn
raining.
2. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That is...
Okay. So you get to do movement or leader transfers first.
Okay. I'll move Keys up to Smith. Heinzelman, Porter, McClellan up to Porter. And I'll leave everybody else where they are for now. I think I moved everybody I could except for Sumner. So they're my leader transfers.
All right. Keep Longstreet where he is. Johnston down to D.H. Hill. Smith will go over to Hood. D.R. Jones will stay where he is. Actually, you know what? Let's take Johnston all the way down. He wants to see the front line. I believe that is all.
You're just hoping he gets wounded so you can bring in Lee. Some sniper picks him off.
Right. It's just his foot. It's fine. It's fine. All right. You did the random event, so I will give us the first initiative for turn 2. Here goes.
Okay.
It is yours. Big one.
With a 6, I can activate as many as I would like. Okay, so Keys is going to activate Couch and Casey. And both cases, I'm just going to do a min move. Casey's going to slide to there. Couch is going to go up here and join them. Initiative. Yours with a tie.
Oh, okay. That's very important. That is extremely important. Because Johnston has approached the line and says, "Pete, can't you see what's going on? They're trying to flank you." So he is going to activate. Longstreet will activate Pickett. Here's their movement. It's 3. So we will just go 1, 2, 3.
I was going to say, there's no... Yeah, he can keep going because there's no... So the
Right.
woods doesn't traversing it.
That's right. Initiative. It's mine again. All right, first priority. Let's move the wagons. So D.R. Jones will activate Wagon B, Wagon A, and D.R. Jones and McClaws. Gain of fatigue. Here's their movement. It's a big one. 7 move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
When I was doing my math for moving the wagons, my worst case scenario was averaging 6 a day.
Oh, really?
Texas.
For me, or yeah, 1,
just you know, that was when I was playing this last week, and I did not get 6 X's per day. And now you just got one.
I just got one. Yes, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. McClaws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Initiative. It's mine again. Whiting will march. Get a minimum 2. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. It's yours with 1.
So I can do the bombardment. It doesn't happen. I then can go all the way down and move anybody I want to.
It
Have a puzzled
seems
expression
like,
on
yeah.
my face.
Yeah.
Well,
Perform the bombardment. It's basically a free action because I'm in that hex next to the river. It's once per
Okay.
turn,
Well,
and you roll a die and apply the following results. 3 or less, no
let's do
effect.
that. Let's do that. Let's give it a go. So we're going to bombard Mr. Whiting.
Okay.
So here's a die roll. Oh, it's one die, right? Yeah,
Yep.
one die. And it's a 3.
So no
Bombardment
effect.
has no effect on the target hex. Okay.
There are roll modifiers. Let's see. If the hex is clear, it is not clear. It's not rolling either. And I'm not in a fort.
One.
And I don't have a naval battery, so yeah, just a 3. So the shells land harmlessly about Whiting.
Okay. I thought I'd give that a go.
But yes, you had to. Well, Smith realizes the power of the mighty river gunboats.
Okay, that didn't do anything, so yeah, we're not going to do anything up there then. I'm back to 1 unit. We'll activate Porter with Heinzelman. Here's their movement. It's a 6. 1. So we're going to stop there. We're going to do the initiative roll. And it's yours.
Okay. Yes, I think prudence demands that, because I forgot about the damn gunboats. The Whiting will go to 2. And here's his movement. It's a 6. Well,
attack me so I can use my gunboats in defense, just so we can
right.
show the world how that works.
No! Nay, I say. Here's his extended march. That's okay. So he's got a minimum to. So Smith activate him. So yeah, he's got a 7. So he'll go
7, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. It's mine again. Longstreet will activate Wilcox. Here's his movement. Ick.
2?
That is a 2. Guess he'll just fall back 1. Initiative. It's mine again. DH Hill will activate early. And Reigns. Here's their movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. It is yours, sir.
One guy again. Let's see if we can get Kearney on the boat. So he's going to go to fatigue, and this would be a +1 to this die roll, or is it
still it's still a +1. Yep.
Just a +1. Okay. He does not embark.
Okay.
Initiative. It's yours.
Stewart will activate the cavalry. And here's their movement. Oof, terrible. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, initiative. Yours.
5, so I can activate 2 units. So Keys is going to activate Smith and Casey. Here's their movement. 3. Smith is going to go 1, 2. Casey's going to do a min move to here. Here's his extended march, and he went from 1 to 2 is exhausted, so I think for him it's a +1 roll. It's a 1, so he does not lose any manpower.
Just to point out to you, that did not require a minimum move. If you'd like to go farther, you can.
Oh, because there's no road,
Right.
so he went 1. Okay, so he goes
3.
So he could go 2. Can he go to there? 3?
He can.
Well, then he will. Interesting. Initiative. it's mine again, and I can activate 2 units again. Going to activate Couch. Goes to T2. Here's their movement. It's a 5. Here's his extended march. It's a 5, so he's going to have to disorganize. He has 5 hexes he can go. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's yours.
Big sigh of relief on this end.
Yeah.
Picket.
Attacks.
I know. Here's their movement. Just a minimum move, but they're going to flip disorganized. Go. All right. That was good boxing. Good job,
That
Keys.
would have been a +4 flank, right? If I could have done the initiative on that one.
Yes, because you had all the roads for the woods hexes covered at that point, so that would have been a full-on, just very ugly flank. So it ain't over yet, though. Initiative. Okay, so Johnston.
It's getting close to being over, though.
Johnston definitely needs to get out of there. Okay, so they're going to fatigue level 3. They are going to... I did not do an extended march on the previous one, so let me do that because he was exhausted going to 2. So here's the first one. Okay, he's okay. This one now is a +1. He's okay. So he... I did not do his movement roll, so we will call that the movement roll then, because that was the next in line. So it's a 3. Now I have to actually do this extended roll, +1. Oof, okay. So that's a...
Now, are you doing just Picket, or are you doing Picket and...
Just Picket. Just Picket.
Just Picket,
yeah,
okay.
I was trying to get him out of a sticky. So
okay.
It's a 7 then. 7 on movement. Extended march, 7. And he's going to lose 2. So... decrease.
I'm trying to practice, and I still can't.
There we go.
I need to get a little cheat sheet
right,
and tape it to my...
And really, the only thing he can do is go to there. So he will go there. Initiative. It is mine again. Now Wilcox will activate from Longstreet. Here's their movement. Man, I do got the slows. And he is not in anybody's zone of control, so here's his extended march. He's okay, and he'll go 1, 2. Initiative. It's mine. We'll activate the artillery reserve. Here's their movements. Minimum 2. Yep. I'm getting all the ones now. Initiative. It's yours. The big 6.
Activate as many as I can. Or activate Porter and Hooker. It's the movement. And it's a 6. So it's going to go 1, 2. Is your Zoc extend into that?
It does not. Nor can he be attacked because it's a wood hex side. You have to be there already to attack.
Yeah.
But do feel free to go to 4807 and come on in. Or 4607. Either one of those will work for me.
Yeah, I could do that. I don't think so. Well, I was wondering if I could slide this way.
Yes, you can.
And Hooker has 6. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He has to stop there. Okay, initiative. It's yours again. Very different than last week.
It is. You've given me pause, sir. I did not expect Tardy George to be moving with such haste. As much as it pains me to do it, we will activate both Pickett and Wilcox. And they will both get an extended march roll here. Here's their movement. Wow. Wow, wow,
Brutal.
wow, wow, wow. This is just terrible. Man. Johnston and Longstreet are going to switch to Wilcox. Here's Pickett's extended march now, +3. He's okay. He will march in place. He will stay where he is. And Wilcox is now a +1, and he will also stay in place. Initiative. It's mine. Jones will activate the wagon trains. There's their march. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
One of those rolls. Just one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that is all initiative. It's mine. Stewart will activate the 2 cavalry. Actually, he'll do just the 1st and 4th. And they will ride up. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Initiative. It's mine again. I will pass.
Okay. I'll attempt to get Sykes embarked. This is my second and final attempt. And again, it's a +1, I believe.
It is.
So 1 or 2. 3. So he is not embarked either.
Okay.
Initiative. It's yours again.
I'll pass.
Okay. Summer will activate Richardson and Sedgwick. Here's their movement. 2. 1, 2. Sedgwick. Richardson. Robertson's just going to come up behind. Initiative. Mine, I can activate 1 unit. Activate the 3/8 Pennsylvania. 5. So he can just do a men move to there. Initiative. Yours again.
Presuming that the clouds are gathering for potential rain tomorrow, I think I will pass.
I'll activate the 3/8 Pennsylvania again. Here's their movement. It's an 11. So that's going to be 1. Get into the woods hex. There is a 6. So it'll be 7. 7. They start off with 11. 7, 8, 9, 10. He'll stop there. Initiative. It's yours.
I'll pass.
Okay, I can activate as many as I want. Activate Hooker. He's just going to make a men move to there. Initiative. Yours again.
Where is the King of Spades when I need him? I will continue to pass, presuming that a big ol' attack is coming.
Okay, I'll activate the... Let's see, you pass. I can activate as many as I want. So I'll bring up Sumner. Sedgwick and Richardson. See how far up the road they can get. They can go 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Mine, I can activate 1 unit. So I'll activate the 6th Pennsylvania. Here's their movement. 5. So they'll do a men move to there. Initiative. Yours again.
I'll pass.
Okay. Do the 6th Pennsylvania again. 10. So they can go 1, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Initiative. It's mine with a 6. I can activate as many units as I want. Let's try the 5/6 US cab. So movement is an 8. So They're going to go into rolling terrain. Is a rough terrain is a 5. So that's going to be 5, 6, 2 left. It's not enough to go into the clear or into the. It's not clear terrain. That's rolling terrain. So they're going to stop there. Initiative. Yours again.
All right. Somewhere along Carter's Creek, a cry goes up from D.H. Hill. Enough of this foolishness! he activates Reigns. Here's their march. It's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 4 with 1 remaining. What would you guys like to do?
Exercise a 12 to
And
2.
before you do that, let me give you the extended march because that's important. He's okay. So yeah, 12 to 2.
So you're not going to let me set up a flank?
No.
No.
D.H. Hill heard about it through the grapevine.
That work.
I knew what you're doing. I was curious though because even with all that, I'd have the readout, which would give me 14 with Pickett.
This was a lot of work for.
But you were putting the cavalry to work, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, giving them something to do.
That's right.
Yeah, they're going to retreat. And so I have a. I'll roll the die and then we'll do the math, I guess, because I might get a 1.
You got a 2, so it's just a straight up roll, right? Because you got 2 guys in there.
I got 2, so that's going to do 0. So I think that's they just got to retreat.
Yeah.
4 hexes. So they're going to fatigue, and they're going to flip, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take them that way.
Okay.
5, 6.
And DHL will just say, and stay out.
Okay.
Initiative. It's mine. I will pass.
But in a weird way, that's all right.
Sure.
You headed south. That's not where you wanted to head. So that was kind of semi-worth it. Let's move Franklin. It's going to go to fatigue 1. He's just going to be able to do a min move to there. It's initiative. It's yours again.
Smith will activate Hood. And here's their movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. It's mine. We'll pass.
I'm going to activate Smith with keys. Just a movement roll of 5. So he's going to go 1. Okay, they've got 12 manpower. In Woods is a +4. He had 5, so he can't move into Casey's square. X square. Because that would require 6. So I'm going to do a min move to there instead.
By tomorrow you will have cut down all of the forest to make campfires for the night.
Initiative. Mine 4. I can move 1 unit. So I'm going to move 5, 6 US. Their movement is a 5. And to move into that terrain is going to cost me 3, 4, 5. Well, he'll go down there. You go further south. Initiative. Mine again is a 6. Well, let me bring up the 8th one. He's going to do a min move to the woods. Initiative. Me again. 8th one again. 4. He'll do a min move to there. Initiative. Yours.
I will pass.
And I'll bring up some artillery. May come in useful somewhere along the line. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Mine. Bring down artillery. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Initiative. Mine again. I'll bring down artillery. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Yours.
I'll pass.
Bring up another artillery 1. I'm going to T2. It's a 3. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Yours again.
Pass again.
Horse artillery to T. Yo, he's just going to move to there. Initiative. Yours.
Pass again.
Activate Kearney. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Yours again.
Pass again.
Okay, I'll activate Sykes. Move 1. Initiative. Mine. I think I've got everybody. Well, let's see. I will activate Franklin. He's just going to make a move to 4604. Initiative. Let's see if you want to do something about him.
I think I will pass.
I will pass as well.
All right. So ends day 2. Here's our recovery. Clouds definitely looming for tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't see how we're not going to have rain here.
Right. So,
if we roll all 6s on rain, that'd be
right,
amazing.
That is right. Okay, advance the turn marker to turn 3, May 6th. I will give us our rain. Here's our random event. And it does start to rain today. So it is a rain turn. So major and minor rivers unfordable.
Really, the creeks have to cross by road, correct?
Correct.
And we do have a -1 on all attacks.
That's right.
Is there anything else with rain?
Just everything. All the rows are doubled. Yeah.
Yeah, all the rows are doubled. We have no pikes. No pikes that I can see.
I think we might have the Battle of Williamsburg here. I don't.
I think
it all comes down to that first initiative.
Well, I don't know if it comes down to the first initiative or not. The combat table just, as you had me look at, it's like the potential for a massive loss of manpower.
Yes. I do love educating players on just because you can doesn't mean you should, right?
And
there's just so many variables with first the assault roll, then the grand assault, and
yeah,
you certainly have the manpower in the artillery.
Oh, that one square, yeah, it's covered. Yeah, it's kind of on to Richmond. The maximum attacking is 70.
Okay. So,
and I am not there.
You're not there.
I can work on it though.
you got 59 right there. But if you brought in Casey as well, that would be 71.
Oh wait, in a grand assault, the limit shown below applies to each hex containing the attacking units.
Oh, okay. So
the overall total from all hexes may exceed.
Okay. So you could do 59 from one and 12 from the other.
If the grand assault, if the total is 80 or more, which goes you beyond the table, then they've got you lose more manpower. Interesting. Yeah, it's not supposed to come up.
Right. That's right.
You're not supposed to be this stupid. Anyway, yeah, this is so different than what it's going to be hard to give Mr. Balakowski any thoughts because these two have played out so differently to say
right.
one or the other. And right now I've projected you as a winner, but not by much.
Typically I play these kind of razor's edge. I'm looking at the absolute bare minimum, what I need a marginal. I think I can get there, but it really just depends on how aggressive you're going to be and if our manpower losses may offset. As you proved last week, and I am inclined to agree, I don't think, barring a wonderful flank attack, I am not inclined to bring battle to you. I'm going to let you throw the dice and you throw the guys at the wall and see what happens.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean I'm adverse to it. It just means like the Confederates. True, their force matrix was make battle at your choosing. And I think that's applicable here. All right, so let us do your leader transfers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move Keys over to Casey. If I can find Keys, there he is. And everybody else will stay where they are.
Okay. Move Longstreet and Johnston back. Smith will stay where he is. D.H. Hill will stay where he is. And D.R. Jones will stay where he is. So that is all for mine. You do the first initiative.
And it is raining, so here we go. It's mine with a 5, which means I can activate 2 units. And I guess I want to find out if I can embark somebody. I think that's... Well,
You can,
no.
yes. You certainly can. I did during the rain last time.
Yeah.
And you will get a -1 this time for the first attempt. If it is...
Oh, that's because I didn't embark anybody last time.
Correct, right. And there are no plus modifiers anymore, so you get a -1 on this one, and then if you are successful, the second one would just be a straight roll.
Yeah. Actually, I got one move to make before I do that. I'm going to use Sumner to activate Sedgwick and Richardson. And here's their roll. Min 2. It's a 4. So he's going to go 1, 2, and he's in a Zot because there's a... Well, the Ford is there, so the Ford doesn't come into effect, right?
That is true.
So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And Richardson is going to do... He's just going to do a min move to there. Okay, initiative. It's yours.
Okay.
Interesting historical note that during the Battle of Williamsburg, everybody forgot to read out number 4 was there.
Oh, really?
Hancock kind of stumbled into it and took it. And DHL had to launch a desperate counterattack, drive him out, and failed.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to... And you... Nay, sir, nay. We will do... Yeah, Pickett and Wilcox will be activated. Here's their movement. And that is a good thing for a rain turn. Wilcox will just slide to readout 12 there. And here's an extended march for Pickett. It's okay. And they will just slide to there, to the real Fort Magruder.
Okay.
Initiative. It's yours.
I can activate 1 unit. So we'll see if we can get Kearney on the boat. So he's going to go to fatigue. And so with a -1, it could be
-1.
4 to embark on the boats. 2, so he's on the boats. Initiative. It's yours.
DHL will activate. Reigns. Here's their movement. It's 5, 2, 4. Initiative. It's yours.
So Heinzelman will activate Hooker and Poor, and they're just going to do a min move to there. Okay. Initiative. It's mine with a 6. I'll activate the same 2 guys again. Here's their movement. It's a 2. So I'll just do a min move to there. Initiative. It's yours.
Longstreet will activate
Mr. Pickett.
Pickett, yes. Question is, do I want to do Wilcox as well? Not at the moment. So here's their movement. Nice movement.
Nice movement.
Here's their extended march +1. There's good, and they will slide into the woods there. Safe for the moment. Initiative. It's yours.
You can activate 1 guy. So let me see. I can go 49 hexes by river. So I've never counted from that hex, so I don't know how far up I can go. By my count, I can get him. Oh, crud. I think I can get him all the way to Cumberland Landing.
Yeah, I have 42.
Yeah, so I'm going to move him upriver, Cumberland Landing. He's going to pick up 3 fatigues for that. He's going to be done for the day on turn number 3. Initiative. It's yours. This really is, I think, the smart move I should have done with Franklin. I should have moved him all the way up there like he did last week. Strategically, that just gave me a headache.
Oh, right.
But I gambled.
Well, I mean, you're definitely giving me
initiative down there. So
you're giving me lots to think about. I mean, he's
just a reminder. If I have undemoralized units in New Kent and Baltimore store, you don't get the wagon locations.
I'm looking. Is that a thing? Is that really a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Wagons only get the proximity VPs if in or adjacent to an objective, but the objective cannot be occupied by an undemoralizing infantry unit.
Oh my god! I never saw that.
I was a little surprised, though you ended up working out, but that you didn't just plop your two guys there. And...
Holy moly! That changes everything. You saw it here first, folks. Got to read the whole sentence.
Like I said, the smart play would have been for me and Franklin up there and stick them there and let you have to come get them.
Sure. Okay, now knowing that,
I should have kept. No, sorry, I should have maybe mentioned it earlier.
No, that's a good thing. But knowing that now, I have to readjust on the fly because I don't want to do anything in a panic mode because of that. So we need to then... Alright, so I'm reacting right now to McClellan being all up in Johnston's face. Right now he cannot get attacked where he is because of that creek. He's keeping Sumner at bay briefly, but you guys are just going to keep pouring in. Alright. Let us move. Let's react to the forces up in New Kent County now. And we'll activate D.R. Jones and McLaws. They will march and get a 3. So, there and there. Initiative. It's mine again. Artillery reserve. Move. Here's its movement. 4. So 2, 4. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay, I'm gonna activate Keys, the Smith, Casey, and Couch. And it's a 6. So Keys, Smith is gonna go 2, 4, 6. He's gonna go 2, 2, 4, 6. Couch is going to go 2, 4, 6. Initiative. It's yours again.
Longstreet will activate Wilcox. Take him to 2. There's a movement. That's what we need. So they will transfer over. Wilcox's extended march is a +1. No, he's just fatigue level 2, so straight up. He's okay.
Fine in case.
So, 2, 4. Initiative. It's yours.
Sumner will activate Sedgwick and Richardson. Here's their movement. Into. They get them in 2, so they're just going to cross into readout number 2, and Sedgwick is going to head to the church. Initiative. It's yours. McClellan, by the way, is declaring a great victory has taken place. He's captured the line. He's demanding McDowell's Corps. For those of you historically, that's what McClellan always do.
That's
There's a retreat. You declare a great victory and demand that McDowell's Corps come down and help you out.
Yeah, let's go for it. So let's give them. Are they not entertained? Let's give them something to look at. All right.
Ticket's going to attack?
No. All right. Longstreet will activate Wilcox for an assault on Franklin.
Okay.
And here is the command roll. It goes off. Johnston is requested to see if they can send a runner over to Smith for a grand assault on Franklin.
So you need a 3 or less, right?
Yes. And it does not go off. Okay. Alright, so now, so it is just them, so we are definitely doing the -1 ratio now. And we do, it's rough terrain, so we've got to check the artillery. You've got 3 and I've got 1. So it's a -2.
-2.
And it is,
One rough
yes.
terrain is
So
roll for a die roll?
yes. So if it is even, then it will be a -1. Otherwise, nothing. So no artillery in the rain. Fantastic. And it is just a -1 for the rain. So it looks like I have +1 assault, +2 tactical, +2 final flank, -1 ratio, and -1 rain. So 5 up and 2 down for a +3.
That's what I have as well.
Okay. Just so folks at home can understand, I'm physically nauseous, not nauseous, but I'm physically nervous at the prospect of a +3. Here goes. Confederate is going to be on the right side. And that is a big
It's
win.
9 to 2, so it's a +7. Plus, he's got nowhere to go.
He has nowhere to go. That's what I was counting on. So that's going to be...
Which I didn't think about. I should have moved him over back towards the river so he had the gunboat side. That was my bad there.
So +7 on an 18. So right at the start, it's 3DR.
3DR.
Okay.
So let's subtract 3 manpower, and he may... I don't know where he's going to go. 2...
I believe in this situation he can since, well, and this is where we this is where we back up and punt. The only open spot he has right now is 4704 first. That's the highest priority.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there he has to go farther away, which would be 4603. And then...
So that's 1, that's 2. He can do that.
Right.
But now he's got the creek, which
right,
is
it's
impassable.
So he's
got to go through Smith.
Right.
Which is another 3 manpower.
Right.
So that was 3, so that's 6 now, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I should have moved him over. That was me being really stupid.
And then he can go to 4404 with no issues, I think. Let me look at the priority chart on that.
So yeah, 4304 is the next.
It's a 4. So retreat is into an enemy ZOC, but not an enemy occupied. It's not into a hex more distant than the active
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, it's the same distance of 2 away from Johnston, so it will be a 1 more for that, even following the road.
Oh, because he got closer.
Right, yeah, he didn't go any farther away. But it is by road, so it's only 1 and not 2.
Yeah.
So nice one for that. And then now he can go to 4403 and out and away.
3, he can go up here.
Right, with no problems.
And then he can go 1 more to Sherman, right?
Yes, that's right.
Because he doesn't
He's out of the
ZOC.
ZOC, yeah, right.
Pretty much a disaster.
So that looks like it was 7 manpower.
Yeah, at the end
that was a huge a huge gamble on my part, but I needed the pad. All right.
Yeah, that was I should have backed. I was thinking, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
But I should have thought about the retreat part, that he had nowhere to go. If I'd have backed him up, he'd have been out of harm's way.
And I think Johnston will not. He will not advance, and he'll stay right there. So.
Did you give yourself the hit? You did.
I did. Okay.
Right.
Initiative.
My spreadsheet.
Initiative time.
Okay.
It is mine again. I will pass the initiative.
I'm looking at the flank situation around Pickett.
Okay. Yep.
And I think I have 5 flanks covered.
You do, however, you don't have a way to attack at the moment because there's a little spur of creek there that is not crossed by a road between Pickett and McLean.
Oh, I didn't see that
Yeah,
under the.
that's why I moved him in there, because he's got brief respite.
Yeah, that line. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's fine. I'll activate Sykes. It's 4, so he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. It's mine. I'll move Sykes again. This is movement. It's 6. How am I going to move him to there? Initiative. It's yours.
Okay. We'll activate Pickett to 4. Here's his movement to 1. More importantly, here's his extended march plus 3. 6, so he'll lose a manpower. He'll just slide right to there. Initiative. It's mine. The 3rd Virginia will march. There's their movement, plus 1. These guys really do hate marching. Well, riding. They hate horses.
In the rain. The horses don't like slogging through the rain here.
So they get 4 total, so 2, 4. Initiative. It's yours.
Activate Smith. It's just going to go move over to there. Initiative. It's mine again. Let me activate the 5-6 US Cav. Movement 4, 2, 4. Initiative. Mine again. And I'll activate them again. 4 again. 2, 4. Initiative, yours.
I'll pass.
Activate the 8th Illinois. 4. By my count, that's 3 4s in a row. 2, 4. Initiative. Yours again.
Pass.
See if I can do this again. 8th Illinois. Going for the record, 4 4s in a row. Can you do it? Oh!
So close.
He's just going to do him. He'll go there. Initiative. Yours again.
Alright, this time I'll activate Hood with Smith. Movement. 7, 2, 4. So they'll just stop right there. Initiative. It's mine again. I'll pass.
6 Pennsylvania. 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Initiative. Yours.
D.H. Hill will activate early. Here's their movement. 5. He'll transfer up to him. 2, 4. Initiative. It's mine again. D.H. Hill again. Movement. 6. So 2. With 4 left over. What would the 6 Pennsylvania like to do?
Oh, retreat. Here's their roll. Oh, he's killed.
Alright.
Our manpower loss.
And they'll use the last 4 to go 2 and 4. Initiative. It's yours.
3 8 Pennsylvania. 6. 2, 4, 6. Initiative. Yours.
I'll pass.
Artillery Reserve 2. And he's activated by Heinzelman. So he gets the min of 2. 6. 2, 4, 6. Oh, couch is in the way. Yes, stop there. Initiative. Yours again.
I'll pass.
Okay, I'll bring up the horse artillery next. 5, 2, 4. Put them in Fort Magruder. Initiative. Yours again.
Stuart will activate his cavalry with him. And here's their movement. 7, 2, 4, 6. Initiative. Yours.
Activate artillery reserve 1, 5, 2, 4. Initiative. Mine. I'll do artillery reserve 1 again. He's just going to do a min move to there. Initiative. Mine again. I'm going to pass.
Activate Stuart and the cavalry again. Here's their movement. 7, so 2, 4, 6. Initiative. It's mine again. Smith will activate Whiting. Here's his movement. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Initiative. It's yours.
Activate artillery reserve 2. That's their movement. 3, so they're just going to go into Williamsburg. Initiative. Mine again. Activate the horse artillery. That's their movement. 2. Move them to the hospital barn. Initiative. Yours.
I'll pass.
I will pass also.
Okay. And we are recovering in the rain this time. We move on to turn number 4.
Nice attack.
Thank you. Thank you.
I should have backed Franklin off. I looked down. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Take your chance.
Well, the day before, prior to the rain opening up, I was afraid that he was really sneaking into to box Johnston in Long Street, so I had to get him out of that sticky wicket. And when you back them into a corner, they're going to fight their way out. All right, so rain is done. No more rain. This is day 4. You do have 2 full days. Anything can happen. I've been running little scenarios here. I've got a little padding now, obviously, with the manpower losses.
That attack changed things quite a bit.
Right. And with the victory points sitting at 8 U.S. manpower losses, if nothing changes right now, theoretically I could come down to a 38 threshold as far as what I get into the county and things like that. But keeping you out of the county is certainly not off the table yet either, because you threaten me and I slow you down as well, so that's got possibilities as well. But no more rain to save our bacon, to cut off creeks and things.
Your transfers first.
And instead of the Battle of Williamsburg, we had the Battle of Bidler's Wharf, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'll leave everybody where they are, I guess.
Johnston and Longstreet to Pickett. I think D.H. Hill will come back out to Rains. Smith will stay where he is, and D.R. Jones will stay where he is, and Stewart, of course, will stay where he is. So that is all for mine. So if you'd like to, I think I will do the initiative roll for the first. Here we go. And it is mine. All right. So now to make a timely withdrawal, Longstreet will activate. He will activate Wilcox and Pickett. So here's their movement. 4. Pickett has an extended march roll. He's okay. They will just go with Hill. And Wilcox will come over here. Initiative. Yours.
Activate 2 units. I'm going to activate Sedgwick and Richardson Sumner. There's their movement. Min 2. 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Initiative. Yours.
Longstreet will activate Wilcox to 2. Here's their movement. Comes a 3. Here's their extended march. They're okay. Move there. Initiative. It's mine again. Smith will activate Hood to 1. Here's their march. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. It's yours.
Keys is going to activate Smith, Casey, and Couch. Here's their movement. It's a 3. Smith is going to go 1, 2, 3. Keith and Casey are going to go 1, 2, 3. Couch is going to go 1, 2, 3. And I accidentally gave him a fatigue he shouldn't have had. 8's on my initiative. Mine, another 6.
Yes, use up those 6 ones, please.
Oh, yeah. Henson's going to activate Porter and Hooker. Here's their movement. 2. So they're just going to go amendment to their initiative. It's yours.
Longstreet will activate Pickett and Wilcox once again to 3. Here's their march to 5. Extended march for Pickett first. He's going to get a +1. So he's going to lose a manpower. And they go 1, 2, 3. Wilcox's extended march +1. He's okay. We'll just go to there. Initiative. It's yours with 1.
Keys will activate Casey. Here's his movement. 2. He's going to go 1, 2. Got those guys corralled. So here's the initiative roll. It's mine with a 1. I'm going to try a core assault here. Rains does not have any artillery at all. Following those numbers correct?
Looks that way, yeah.
Yeah, I want to attempt a core assault with Hooker and Porter on D.H. Hill and Rains. So they're both going to go to fatigue 2. Here's Heinzelman's command roll. It's a 2, so 4 minus 2 is a 2. So they're both in the assault. So at this point, I have a type of +1. The ratio is 40 to 12. So that's a +2 on ratio. I have 8 artillery to your 0. And that's rough terrain.
That is rough.
So there would be a die roll for that. You have a tactical modifier of a +1. The flank would be, so it's a +1 flank. Do I roll for their artillery or do you roll for their artillery? It does not matter.
It doesn't matter. Did you, are you actually doing a grand assault?
I am not doing the grand assault.
Okay. So, yeah, I think after you made that decision, then you would go on to the...
Yeah, then I roll for the artillery, right? That's what I was... so evens, let's see.
Yeah, on an even, you'll get a +1.
Yeah, now I'm the one who can't remember. And it's an even, so it's a +1 for that. So it's a final of a +1 type, +1 flank, +2 ratio, +1 artillery. So that's a total of a +5. -1 is a +4 for a final.
Okay.
And Union left, Confederate right. And it's me. It's a -1.
Well, no, it's a 5 and 5, so it's 0.
Well,
Yeah, you get a floor.
So much better. So much better.
I know.
That's a 40. It's a 4D.
And I get a D.
Oh, well. And the +1 would not have made any difference throwing in couch. It just would have made it that much worse.
I will be taking a voluntary retreat, I think.
2 off of this guy if they don't get a demoralization marker.
Okay, so yeah, DHL will go get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel it, Roger. I feel it. I'm sitting here. I'm agonizing right with you.
It's not over yet. It's not over
No, it is not.
these things.
Right.
Initiative. Oh, it's getting pretty close. Initiative. Yours. Part of me was thinking just to keep those guys corralled, but
Right.
that +7 I lost the last time.
Right.
Just wow.
And DHL.
That should have worked. That should have worked.
That should have absolutely should have worked. Reigns is going to get activated to 4 by DHL and get a movement. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, initiative. It is yours, sir.
One guy can move. Let's see if I can get Sykes embarked. So he's going to go to fatigue. Oh, no, I had a guy embarked the last time, so that
Right,
should be
just a straight roll this time.
It's just a straight roll. Okay, it's not a +1.
Nope.
Okay, so 1 die. So 1, 2, or 3. It's 4, so he does not get to embark. Initiative. I went it with a 3, so once again it's a +1. I gotta find out if he can embark. So increase fatigue. Hey,
He's on the boats.
he's embarked. Initiative. Mine now. Okie dokie. Okay, he can go up to, quick check of the rules. It's 29 hexes. So I believe from there, he's moved up the river a little bit. He can get all the way to Bailey's Landing, which is where he's going to go. Up the river. Okay. He's going to disembark. Picks up 2 fatigues. No extended march, which is a nice feature, Mr. Boykowski. I appreciate that so much today.
We do.
He didn't include that because I know what would happen. Initiative. Mine. Okay. Okie dokie, Smokey. Keys is going to activate. He's just going to activate Smith, which is all I can do anyway because he owns a 3. So here's his movement. Min 2. 5. So it's going to be a 1, 2 to 6 mile ordinary. 3, 4, 5. Initiative. Yours.
Smith will activate Whiting and the artillery reserve. Here's their movement. It's 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay. Initiative. It's mine again. Wagon Train B will activate. And here's their march. 2, 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay, I can activate 2 units. Couch is not within Key's command radius, but I'm going to activate him. So here's his movement. Just die roll. 2. 1, 2. Got to stop there anyway. Initiative. It's yours.
Yeah, we'll march early. Here's their march minimum 2. 6.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. It's mine again. Smith will activate Whiting and Hood to 2. Here's their movement. Man. Smith will transfer to Whiting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And Hood will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay. So keys will activate Couch. Here's his movement. 3. Extended march. He's going to have to go to disorganized. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's mine. 1 unit again. Summoner will activate Sedgwick. Here's his movement. 2. He's going to do a mid-move to... let's do a mid-move to there. Initiative. Yours.
I moved Wagon B back 1 because I think the last time I moved him I rolled a 6 and I think I gave myself the extra 1, which would have been too far because he didn't have a leader activation. Wagon A just activated and he got a 5, so he will just go 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
I thought you were thinking.
No, I was sitting there and I looked down and my new button was on again, so that's why. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll leave them there for a moment. Initiative. It's mine again. Smith will march. Whiting. 4. I'm gonna get an extended march. He's okay. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. It's yours.
Can activate Kearney. Here's his movement. It's a 6. He's going to move to there. What would Stuart's cav units like to do?
I don't have to make a decision yet because that is a restricted zoc.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gone 1, 2. Now what would Kearney? Now what would the cav like to do?
Let's see. You're 9 to 1. Let's see, and you've got 4 left.
4. You make your decision. Extended march roll.
Okay.
And he's going to flip.
He's going to flip. It does make a difference.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? I should just flip it to start with.
6 to 1, so that's a +5. And there's a possibility I might be able to use some artillery. Sadly, Stuart's not at his best right now. Yeah, we'll do a cav retreat. So, just a straight up die roll. I think, unless 2 gives me something.
I think 2 does yet.
So, combat view, yes, I get a +2 for my large force. On to Richmond.
Yep, on the road, yeah.
Okay. So, here we go. So, it's a 5, so you lose 2.
So 2 MP left after that.
We'll flip. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have 2 left, correct?
Correct.
1, 2. Initiative. It's mine. We'll take Kearney to fatigue orange. There's his movement. 5. Here's his extended march, which I think is a +3.
It is a, it's just plus.
He went to orange.
It's 2, 1 for orange and 1 for being union, right? So
+2. Okay.
So,
and it's a 4, so it's a 6. A 6 disorganized with a manpower of greater than 10, which it is. Looks like a loss of 1 manpower.
Okay.
Decrease. Didn't affect his actual thing. So he's going to go 1. So he has 4 left. So he's going to attack prepared assault against the wagon train. So the type will be a +1. Tactical is a +1. Ratio is 12-2, which is 6-1. So the ratio is +5. So I have a final +7.
I would like to remind you that last week Franklin was staved off by the lowly wagon train with the 1-5 split. So I'm hoping, but I'm cautious that the wagon A may disappear here.
Let's see, +7, 10-1
Yes,
is a +9.
+9, so that's 2, right? At least 2, right? Yeah. So
the
wagon train is eliminated. So what that means is I'm actually going to lose 10 for the wagon train. Yikes. And 2 manpower. So you're actually going to get 12 VP. So that completely undoes all of your manpower losses. Wow, how about that? So well done, sir. I could not get him out of there before you moved. All right, so I'm going to take the VP losses for that, and then you're going to get that. So
I can advance.
You can.
And that was and I had no other ill effects.
Right.
Okay, that was
that's pretty important.
That does change things a bit.
It does.
Okay, initiative. It's yours.
Okay, well, I gotta now have to get that wagon out of there. So, oops. So the wagon goes to fatigue level 2. Here's his march minimum of 2. It's a 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Right, initiative. It's mine again. This could be over quick. Smith has got to come down and rescue. So he will take Whiting to 4. There's their movement. It's a 5. Here's their extended march. Plus 1. So he flips. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And set up a Zoc. Initiative. It's mine. Yeah, DHL will activate the artillery reserve to 2. Here's their movement. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
5.
go to the Coast Guard survey.
They already know how
Give
to
my
sight in
gunboats
their
a chance.
Right. Initiative. It's mine. Boy, this changed quickly. DHL will activate early. Here's the movement. 4. He will transfer over. 1, 2, and hold there. Initiative. It's yours.
I'm going to activate Franklin. He's just going to make a min move to 1 at Ferry Point. Initiative. It's mine with a 5. I can activate 2 units if I wish. I'm going to activate Richardson. The Sumner. Here's his movement. 3. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's yours.
DR Jones will activate McClaws and DR Jones. And here's their movement. This is 7. Yeah, so DR Jones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. McClaws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Initiative. It's mine again. DR Jones will take DR Jones to 2. Movement. 6. 1, 2, 3. I'll stop there. Initiative. It's yours.
Activate Kearney. Here's his movement roll. It's 1. And his extended march is going to be a +4.
That's correct.
It's a 5. The result is a 9. 9. Manpower greater than 10 is a manpower loss of 3. It couldn't have been a 5-1. It had to be a 1-5.
I know.
That's all right. You don't get points for that.
That's right. Yeah, in the old scenario, yes, but not in this one.
That would have been kind of a killer. This isn't great because he can just do a men move of 1. That's all right. Initiative. It's mine. And activate Smith with keys. Here's his movement. 4. His extended march is just a +1. He's okay. So he can go 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3. What would the 3rd Virginia like to do?
They will, wow, you're hunting rabbits. Alright, they will flip. And with a 1, treat primary. So we ignore the modifier. So just a straight up roll. Here goes. They will lose 3.
So just stop the strikes. Good job by the Virginia Regiment.
6.
Excellent job. Okay. Initiative roll. Mine was a 6. I'm going to pass.
I'm going to march Hood. Here's his march. It is a 2. Here's his extended march. And he flips. That was not smart. Okay, so 1, 2. Initiative. I will pass.
and I will pass as well.
Okay, good God, this day. I lost a wagon.
This was a bloody day.
Bloody day. Okay, so recover or turn 5.
Yep.
So as we go into turn 5, as we always do, let's look at all the variables. Right now we are at 0 points because you had 12 manpower losses, and then you offset that completely by destroying a wagon with 2 losses on it, so that's 12 back. I think I'm looking at 5 units in county, 2 right there, potentially in county, so that's 35. And can I get 5 more for the wagons? That's 40, but that still leaves me shy a bit. And so
I've got to take away that +6.
Right, you've got to take away that +6, but you do have Smith and Couch and everybody that can make a race. They can make a foot race up there.
I've got a couple guys that can make a foot race.
Right. So this is not over by a long shot. So
no, not at all.
If you're watching this and you decide to skip to the end, you have missed it all.
Yeah, this is
This
when
is
you said that
one of the.
people aren't watching the second replay, I was trying to think of how many of our replays have been almost identical, and I don't think there's been a single one.
No,
They've been completely different games.
they have. They have.
I don't know. I almost feel like going back and commenting. Watch them both. Watch them both.
It's a little.
If you enjoy the first one, you'll enjoy the second one because it'll be completely different.
That's right. Okay, well then this one is definitely going to come down to friskiness and movement rolls. Carney is a significant factor there. Sykes is obviously gonna make a play, and you have 2 more shots at amphibious movement.
Yeah,
of course, you can only do a maximum of 22, so realistically, that is
potentially
only
third
Franklin.
guy.
Yeah, Franklin or Richardson. So somebody's got to come in there overland. And we'll see how that goes. But go ahead and do your leader transfers.
Okay. Everybody where they are. This is probably the weakest part of my. I mean, a lot of weak parts in my game. This is probably my weakest one. Is figuring out the right place to put my leaders. After that, I mean, I can usually figure out the first, but now it's like I didn't leave everybody where they are.
Okay.
It's probably not the right move, but that's what I'm going to do.
Well, Johnston and Longstreet are definitely in a box. They cannot get out of that box because of everybody there. So I think we'll leave D.H. Hill where he is, and D.R. Jones will move. He will stay where he is. Stewart where he is, and Smith. I think Smith needs to come out and play with Hood.
What a DHL in that same box. I haven't watched that attack.
That's right. So
if that comes out to be the difference of this game, will be so aggravated.
7, 8, 9, 10. He can just get to Hood, so he will do that. That is everybody. So I did the last initiative. Why don't you give us the final first initiative? Turn 5.
Here we go. It's yours.
Okay. So many choices here. So many priorities. I think the first thing we have to do is Smith has to activate Hood, and here's their movement. That's good. So 1, 2, 3. With 3 left over. Tempting. Very tempting. But they'll just stay there and guard the box. Initiative. All right, it's yours.
Let's activate Kearney. There's his movement. 2. There's his extended march, which is going to be a plus. Let's see, he just went from fatigue 1 to fatigue 2. He's fine. But his movement roll is only 2, so he's just going to be able to go 1, 2. Initiative. It's yours.
Longstreet will activate Pickett and Wilcox. Here's their movement. 4. So they will transfer to Wilcox. Go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Pickett will just go there and lose a manpower. Initiative. It's mine again. Street will take them both to 2. And here's their movement. So 5. Extended march for Wilcox. So he flips. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pickett. His extended march. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. It's mine again. D.H. Hill will activate early in reins. And here's their movement. That's all they need. Early just goes 1. Reins will get an extended march. And he's going to lose a manpower. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. Ah, it's yours. Dang!
Now, that's your couch with keys. Here's his movement. 3. 1, 2. That pins him down a little. I can activate one more unit. Activate Casey with keys. Here's his movement. It's a 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's mine. Now I can activate both of them. Casey goes to fatigue. 2. Couch goes to fatigue. Yellow. So he's going to have an extended march. So we'll do movement. So 3. Extended march for couch. So 4. It's a +1.
Yeah, he should be okay.
He should be okay. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Keys is going to go to there. Initiative. It's yours. This is just brutal.
So you got...
It's really brutal.
Brutal. But good brutal. Okay, so I think the next priority then is to shut Carney down. DR Jones will activate DR Jones. And here's their movement. So 2. So he'll go 1. He'll just stop right there, I guess. Initiative. It's mine again. How do I force your hand, sir? McClaws will activate. He will march the minimum 2. Go 1. Initiative, it's yours.
Okay. I'll try to embark Franklin. So I think this is a 1, 2, or a 3.
This is a 1, 2, or 3, yeah, because Sykes went last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 3.
He's embarked.
So he has this amphibious movement. Okay, so initiative. It's mine with a 6. Sumner is going to activate Sedgwick and Richardson. Here's their movement. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's yours. Boxcars.
Alright. It would seem that I cannot prevent... Man, oh man. This is really good. Because I don't think I can do it at this point. Because you're going to get the amphibious, so that's 3. I would have to prevent 1. I don't expect that I would prevent 1 when you got 3 lurking. And I've only got 7 in there, and I need all 9 for 45. Well, presuming the wagon can make it through. So, let us... Man, oh man, this is a good scenario.
I think this is razor thin. You're saying you can't win. I'm having a hard time seeing how I can keep you from winning. It's
really? You're obviously seeing something I'm not.
Like, I've got you at 46 points right now.
How do you? Well, I would love to hear how you've got me at 46 points.
I've got you at 7 across in Kent County. I've got the 1 wagon train making it for 5.
Okay, right.
That gets you to 40. Now at this point, and maybe this is the 6 point swing.
Right. I think I can't prevent the 6, but
with the amphibious at this point, I think is almost a done deal.
Right.
Yeah, I think I can get the 6 pretty now with the amphibious landing.
So yeah, I mean, once they got on board, I needed that die to go poorly. But the option then is to try to prevent somebody from crossing over, getting a demoralization, and I don't have an incredible amount of stuff to bear.
Yeah,
Especially in the woods, it's hard to set up a good flank to get some modifiers. So it would literally be a crapshoot. So, that being said, let's at least do what we can here. I'm going to increase the fatigue on Wagon B. I'm going to activate him with Dr. Jones. Here's a +1, and yes, of course, 1 initiative. It's mine again. This is a Hail Mary right here, but Johnston's going to activate Wilcox to 3 for an assault on Couch.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the command roll. Longstreet's command roll, and it fails. There's Hail Mary failure number 1. It's mine again. Let's take him to 4. And come on, Longstreet. Come on, old Pete. Don't be so guarded. Okay, it goes through this time. All right, so running the numbers. It's 1 for assault, 2 for attack, -1 for ratio, and you're in rough. I've got -3 rough. So rough, -3. So rolling a die on even, it'll be a negative, and it is a negative. So that's terrible. -1 for RD. So it looks like 3 up, 2 down, +1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this could be for the marbles. +1, and it's a not. So even, and I'm 12. So 1D. So I just gave you a point. You were already there, so we just fatigue you out. Manpower loss. Okay. Initiative. It's mine again. Longstreet activates Picket. Here's their movement. There you go, 7. And extended march now of +1. He's okay. They will transfer. And they will come in. Oops. Yeah. I'm doing it too now. They will come in there. So that's 1, 2, 3. So they got 4 left. And they will make a prepared attack. I guess it will have to be against Couch. The same thing as before. It's just a +1. Oh, well, I already rolled the artillery, so yeah. So, yeah, the artillery's used.
Okay.
So, yeah, just another +1 against Couch this time. So, prepared attack against Couch, which really serves no purpose, but maybe some points. Stupid. Now I'm digging a hole too. I hate doing that. Oh, that's so stupid.
Fatigue. You had a what?
So it's a
7?
No, it's a -2. Oh, how many did I have? Yeah, -2. So 2D. Yeah, just gave you 2. 2D. Yeah. Well, I think that puts it out of my hands at this point. And as much as I would love to continue on, I think we could easily go another 30 or 45 minutes. What do you think?
I think I'm going to take away your 6 pretty easily at this point.
And I think I just dug a hole there with 3 victory points to you.
Yeah, I would have done what you did down there. That was the one place I thought, okay, pick up some, pad the VP enough to where I had to try to do something.
Yeah. It wasn't even so much that as I was trying to just possibly get them out of the way, but even if I got one of them out of the way, I couldn't get past them. You did excellent getting those 2 initiatives to block me there.
Yeah, I needed that because I was like,
right.
And I was like, I had to be desperate about trying to get Wagon B
right
taken care of.
I mean, So officially, I'm presuming I get wagon B there. I mean, that's nebulous, but we'll presume that I would get that there and be able to
Yeah.
prevent Carney. So 5, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is 35, 40. I'm not going to shut down the 46, and then I just gave you 3, so it's really a 37.
Yep, that's right.
That's what I got. So a final score of Union Marginal, I think, with 37. Is that right? It is a Union Marginal, because it is razor thin. Stupid attacks. You see why I don't like to do stupid attacks out of desperation. Truly Hail Mary. But I can't believe how easily Carney slipped through the net and he got the 2 initiatives back to back and just bam, bam, great movement roll. That's where the entire scenario turned for me. I lost wagon A.
Exactly.
And gave up 12 victory points right there. So
I was sitting and thinking, I'm going to go 4 weeks in a row.
No.
Because what I was visualizing was was me having to make desperate attacks,
right,
to try to get some, to fight my way through a screen. I think this scenario that they have, and of course, I've always enjoyed what I call the retreat scenarios. I think what you call the chase scenario,
the pursuit,
pursuit. The first one we did, which I think was back in All Green Alike, I was kind of skeptical, saying, I don't want to hate this. And it was just stress, because you cannot make a mistake. I mean, you did that on the Bull Run.
Right.
I made a mistake, and you just ran around my flank, and the next thing I knew, I was taking a decisive defeat, and I didn't even know what happened. I had to watch the videos. I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
Well, I think on this one, what was refreshing about it was that none of the factors here, I don't think, came down to a lopsided die roll deficiency for movement. I think across the board our movement rolls were pretty good, and we made the most of them where we could. It all turned completely with the loss of one wagon to go from. I mean, you're obviously I was sitting very pretty. I was happy. I'm like, hey, I made this beautiful attack on Franklin, and we showed him, but I lost it all. So proving yet again, true believers out there watching, that I can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory at any time. So always watch to the very end.
Well, I was I put 2 divisions to protect my wagon train. I still couldn't do it.
Well, I thought,
so there you go.
I thought having the flexibility of Stewart up there to be the screener would be good, but Carney managed to slip. He slipped right around, and before I could get Whiting up there to really guard, or whoever it was, he just managed to get the 2 initiatives back to back with, I think it was a 3 and a 5, and that was the difference, huge difference, and he was just vulnerable just for that moment.
That amphibious movement on this scenario really makes a difference.
It does, especially the way you took him and taking him all the way to Cumberland Landing. That was very good, and that critical piece of information that would have changed exactly what I was doing last week. I would have just, because somebody even mentioned it, was like, why didn't you go to Cumberland Landing? I'm like, I don't know why, but had I read it closer and just said, just park an infantry unit in each of the places, no wagon went,
Yeah.
But this was an absolute pleasure to play tonight.
Even
in defeat, it's a fantastic scenario. So I think people are really going to enjoy it.
I am exhausted.
I am too.
It's not because it's like I said. These just force you to think every single die roll.
Sure.
It's like this isn't, and like going all the way back. Like I said, I had dismissed putting Franklin. With the new changes, what I call the negative or the 1 fatigue the Builder's Wharf was really out of pocket. But boy, if I can just get the next initiative, you're going to be in a world of hurt.
Right.
Because I can go after your wagons right away.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the next initiative, and it didn't matter. So,
right.
Tactic, it's like, do you reach for that brass ring?
No,
or do you not
fall in
reach
your
for
face.
Because if I would have gone like I was going to do, which is go up to the Coast Survey Station, I think you'd have been strategically in a world of hurt for the first several days.
Right, right. Yep.
But anyway, great game.
Great game. And as always, we encourage everybody that's watching along to chime in. We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And do please click that subscribe button. That helps us. And next week we move on to a big boy scenario. 7 turns. Wow.
Oh, really? I haven't looked ahead. Normally I do, but I haven't this week.
It is. I believe it is.
Oh, wow. Lots of units,
at
too.
the gates of Richmond. Boom, boom, boom. And, yeah, we're gonna have all kinds of things. So, depending on how long...
Like I said, McDowell. I was streaming for McDowell earlier this...
Shields and McDowell right there.
So, and there he is. He's on the scenario.
So,
cool.
From what we know from reading about it, and of course, if we get a variable change from Joe and Chris this week, we may be playing something a little differently. But we know that this one is speculative. It's what if Shields and McDowell had been allowed to march south from Fredericksburg and start pressuring from the north. So that should be a lot of fun to see how that goes. I'm excited, but I'm exhausted. A lot of fun. But we will see you guys here next week. Roger, have a great rest of the weekend.
Oh, you too.
And thanks for playing tonight, man. This was great.
Thanks. We'll talk next week.
All right. See you then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Night.